I am every lane, professional, organized, emotionally off limits. I have seen every kind of love story, except one that ends with me. Then came the guy in the rain, and suddenly the rules I lived by slipped right out from under my heels. Chapter 1. While it was raining. It was raining again. Anyway, I was in my usual rush, holding three fabric swatches in one hand, my phone tucked under my chin, and a coffee in the other, when a rogue cyclist decided to make me part of their fitness journey. I didn't have time to scream, but someone did. Well, grunted, actually. Strong arms yanked me backward, and I landed squarely against a very firm chest that smelled like cedar wood, bad decisions, and the inside of a jaguar. You okay? A deep voice asked. I blinked. Up close, his face was all sharp lines and careless stubble. I'm fine, I muttered, pushing away and pretending my heart was not pounding. But thanks for whatever that was. He shrugged. I rescue damsels. It's my side hustle. I rolled my eyes. You should consider a cape. He blinked. Only if it comes in charcoal gray. And just like that, he walked off. End of story. Or so I thought. Chapter 2. Guess who's getting married? The next day, I was in my office. Love and Lavender Events, where our motto is, we do the planning so you can say I do without crying. My assistant Becca came in with a grin that screamed drama incoming. Big wedding, she said, like influencer big. Groom is a tech investor. Bride is a lifestyle YouTuber. You're gonna love this. She handed me the client folder, and my coffee almost launched itself into orbit. No actual way. Jackson Reed, the man from the rain, the chest I crashed into, the wink I haven't stopped replaying like a lunatic. He was the groom. Isn't he hot? Becca whispered. Look at that jawline. That's not even legal in most states. I choked. Yeah, very symmetrical. And just like that, my week turned into a soap opera. Chapter 3. The first meeting was at the venue, a rustic vineyard an hour outside the city. I was organizing floral mock-ups when I felt him behind me. Hey, it's you, he said, like we were long-lost friends or former crime partners. I turned slowly. Rain guy. He smiled. Planner girl. I smiled back, fake, tight, very professional. Nice to meet you again. He blinked. You're the wedding planner? I gestured to my clipboard. Yeah, I guess so. Then she walked in. Sabrina Holt. Blonde, stunning, and alarmingly enthusiastic about sustainable crystals and gluten-free cake. I mentally reminded myself that this job paid for my rent, snacks, and emotional detachment. Chapter 4. Do not fall for the groom. Over the next 2 weeks, we met a lot. Tasting menus, seating charts, dress drama, all the usual. Jackson was always there, half helpful, half hopeless. One time, he tripped over a sample aisle runner and said, Who puts fabric on the floor? That's how horror movies start. Another time, he told me, You've got this face like you've seen everything but still haven't given up on love. I nearly fired him from his own wedding. But the thing is, I started enjoying him. His dumb jokes, his stupid dimples, the way he always noticed if I hadn't eaten. This is a dangerous kind of nice, I told Becca after one meeting. You mean love? No, I mean emotional indigestion. Chapter 4. Guilt is the new flirt. The next 2 weeks were awkward. Jackson showed up to every meeting. He made jokes, but there was tension, like he knew the joke was on him. One night, after a cake tasting, he pulled me aside. I just want to say I didn't know you were the planner that day. I wasn't trying to. To what? I interrupted. Flirt? While engaged? His face flushed. It wasn't like that. Then what was it like? He looked down. I don't know, I guess it felt easy with you. Too easy. I crossed my arms. Try guilty? That's the word you're looking for. He nodded slowly. Yeah, guilty. And stupid. Chapter 5. The Fall and the Apology. At the rehearsal dinner, Sabrina was running late. I was lighting candles when Jackson appeared beside me again. I told her, he said. My hands froze. Told her what? That I wasn't sure. I turned. You told your bride that you're unsure, days before the wedding. He nodded. Because I couldn't lie anymore. Not to her, not to you. My heart thudded. I didn't ask you to do that. I know, but I couldn't stand there pretending when I knew my heart was in the wrong place. I stepped back. Jackson, you don't get to mess up two people just because you're confused. I'm not confused, he said quietly. Just late. Then he leaned in. Slow. Careful. I moved away. Being sorry doesn't fix everything, I whispered, and I walked away. For real this time. Chapter 6. The Man Who Showed Up Anyway. I didn't go inside the wedding. I sat in my car outside the venue, telling myself not to cry. I had done nothing wrong. I had stayed professional. I had stayed strong. Then someone knocked on the window. It was Jackson. No tux, just jeans, sneakers, and that guilty smile. She ended it, he said. I rolled down the window. Why? She said she didn't want to marry someone who flinched every time her planner walked in. I exhaled. She deserves better. He nodded. So do you. You deserve someone who picks you from the start. And yet, here you are, I said. He took a step closer. I made mistakes, he said, but walking away from you would be the biggest one. I stared at him. You're really doing this now? I asked. Yeah, but this time for the right reason. He held out a small paper bag. Inside, cinnamon muffins, my favorite. You remember every single thing, he replied. I smiled just a little. Coffee? He asked. Start with that, I said, and maybe dinner later. He grinned, then I'll earn the rest.